Here's a place most people have heard about since they were wee little children, the famous Amazon. And coming to the Amazon in Peru is a pretty spectacular way to see it. It's exactly how you'd imagine it, this incredible serpentine river that goes all the way through some of the most dense lowland jungle in the entire world. Now we're going to arrive generally at a small airstrip called Puerto Maldonado, and from there we're actually going to take boats to our jungle lodge. Okay, and many of the lodges here are situated right on the banks of the Amazon. Part of being here is just taking in the experience, and often being in the Amazon, people first just want to lay in the hammocks and take in the incredible sounds of the Amazon. It's like a dense orchestra of bugs and monkeys and all sorts of animals singing away. Now, after we've settled in, there's a few ways we're going to go out and actually explore this environment. Generally, people stay here for about 2 or 3 nights and do day excursions. And there's a few ways to explore the Amazon. One would be on foot, some great hiking through here. And I always like to go with someone who knew the medicinal plants. They say about 20% of modern medication comes from this particular jungle. So learning about some of the medicinal plants here and some of the history of the cures we found out of this jungle is quite fascinating. Some people want to take trips in boats and canoes, and kayaks are available often. Other people, more sedate, want to do some motorboating through the Amazon, checking out some of the culture on the outlying areas along the river. Now, many people think they have to see the Amazon in Brazil, and you can see from this map that Brazil, of course, has the biggest portion by far of the Amazon. When we get to Peru, people don't realize Peru has the second biggest swath of Amazon in the world. It actually takes up about 40% of the country of Peru is comprised of the Amazon jungle. But the difference between the Amazon in Brazil and in Peru is that the Amazon in Brazil can be 20 meters, 40 feet from bank to bank. It's a massive river. When we get into Peru, it's often tributaries of the main Amazon. So we can be on smaller kind of outlets of that Amazon River, meaning it could be, 3 meters, 4 meters, which is about 12 feet from bank to bank of the Amazon. And that has some real advantages for animal spotting. And that's one of the reasons often people are here in the Amazon to learn about, the ecology and the animals here. And you can see everything here. Tapir, caiman. If you've ever seen a parrot in the wild, it's a pretty phenomenal experience. Of course, many snakes in the wild, and we do have snake handlers that'll let us hold the snakes. But really worth going with a guide here because it's the little things in the Amazon that are often most impressive. Okay, several species of insects that are endemic to the Amazon. Some of them have some pretty incredible camouflage. Study this photo for a second and see if you can actually pick the bug apart from the environment. Pretty cool. Now, people that are worried about insects, they don't particularly like insects. Well, my question to you is, well, what are you doing in the Amazon? There are some pretty big insects here, and it's guaranteed we're going to be seeing insects all over the place. Now, will a bug like this be crawling up your shoulder? Well, hopefully not, but it is possible, so do keep that in mind. My fascination, I am definitely a frog guy. Okay, and we're going to see all sorts of different species of frog. This became my hobby after about 6 times heading into the Amazon, spotting the different colored frogs with all sorts of different configurations. Pretty fascinating stuff. Other activities, well, we can actually go fishing for piranha here in the Amazon, and we can actually sometimes in the evening have a fry up and cook up. It's a nice light fish actually. Piranha, surprisingly tasty fish. Lastly, just as a final aside, people heading to the Puerto Maldonado region of the Amazon probably don't need to be taking malaria tablets. Okay, this is a very low risk area of the Amazon. There hasn't been a reported case of malaria in about 15-20 years. We do ask that at night you cover up and you do draw the mosquito net so that you're not taking an added risk when you're here. If you're doing more lengthy excursions into the Amazon, it might be worthwhile considering taking malaria tablets. So that's it for the Amazon. Hope you learned something. Hope that was helpful. Please do visit my website, www.kevinsworldvideotour.com. Thank you for listening.